The U.S. Department of Agriculture, known as the USDA, has announced the conclusion of two pandemic-era programs that collectively provided over $1 billion to schools and food banks for the purchase of locally sourced food. These initiatives, including the Local Foods for Schools (LFS) program, had a significant impact on school meal programs and local farmers, but are now deemed no longer aligned with the agency's post-pandemic priorities. Of the total funding, $660 million was allocated to schools and child care centers through the LFS program, enabling them to procure fresh produce, dairy, and other goods directly from local farmers and producers. For example, in Maine coastal RSU 23 school districts use these funds to source food from local fishermen, dairy producers, and farmers, ensuring healthier, minimally processed meals for students. I think everyone can say that they want kids at school to receive the healthiest meals possible, said Caroline Trinder, the district's Food and Nutrition Services Director. Massachusetts received $12 million for similar initiatives supporting its educational institutions and local food suppliers. The termination of these programs raises several concerns for schools and communities. With chronically underfunded school meal budgets, as described by Shannon Gleave, president of the School Nutrition Association, many districts will struggle to manage rising food and labor costs. In addition to losing the benefits for our kids, this loss of funds is a huge blow to community farmers and ranchers and is detrimental to school meal programs, Gleave added. Moreover, proposed federal spending cuts could further restrict access to universal free meals by raising income eligibility thresholds and requiring additional income verification, potentially excluding eligible families from support. The end of these programs is expected to affect multiple stakeholders, from children who rely on school meals as a primary food source to local farmers whose livelihoods were supported by institutional purchases. Patrick Tutwiler, Massachusetts Education Secretary, criticized the decision, describing it as deeply disappointing and reflective of a misalignment in priorities. He warned that this could be the first step toward more significant cuts to school meal funding. As schools brace for these changes, the conversation around sustainable funding for nutrition programs, equitable access, and support for local farmers is expected to remain a pressing issue.